So today's topic is security. Okay. So how do we define security in Salesforce, right? And what do you mean by security, right? So let us draw 3 concentric circles, 3 or 4. Let us define each. Why is a concentric circles? Because these are boundaries. It's like chakra view of Mahabharata. So if you are blocked in outside circle, you cannot get into inside circle. Okay. So we can say fill is no fill. Let me create and make it smaller and smaller. So there is inner circle, then there is another circle, then there is another circle. Or I can make it bigger. It's easier. Yes. So something like this, okay? Or it is easier to do it like this. It looks a little better, right? So concentric circles, right? What are these concentric circles? Okay, what is this outer circle? Let us rename this outer circle is as company security. 11. Okay, this is this circle, company security level. What is the next level? The next level is called object security, object level security. Right? This is company level security or org level security. Can mix it. Org and company is the same thing. What is the next level? We call it field level security. Okay, and the final thing is record level security. Yeah, so this is how Salesforce has defined security. So what is security? Security means what portion of data a person can access. This is security related to data. Please remember that. Okay, that means general users can do what or can see what part of the data. This is all data security. Okay, please remember this. There is nothing to do it what kind of changes you are doing in Salesforce. Okay, application changes. So this is all data security we are talking about. Okay. What is org level security? Org level security can be defined by IP ranges. I can set IP range. I am talking. Sorry, please stop this. IP range. Then we can go for multi-factor authentications. User ID password is the first level security, right? If you do not have a credential, you cannot log into an org, right? If you do not log into org, you see no data, right? So login is basically the first level security. Then I can define IP range. IP range means from which network am I logging in. I can like block Salesforce, even it is a cloud product. I can make sure that you can only log into Salesforce from your office, not from home, or vice versa. Right? That is possible to do using IP ranges. Okay, you can have login hours. Okay, you can say that people can only log in from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. not before or after, right? So these kind of session settings you can how much time you can log in. So all these security is basically defining that people are authenticated and people are allowed from the right place to log into Salesforce. Okay, the first level security is we can define this at the org level or in different profiles, right? What we are defining in profiles is override. You will override the org settings. Okay. That means if my org does not have an IP range, but in a special profile, I have given an IP range, then all the users who are having that profile will have to follow the IP range. Okay. Profile will override the general org setting. Clear? Every user must have a profile. What is a profile? Profile is a user type. Profile is mandatory. So basic permissions are all set up in profiles. Okay, we'll see this. Any questions so far? Org level security is concerned?
No.
Okay. Second is, once I log in, can I see an object, data in an object or not? Right? What is object? Object is a table, right?
Table.
In table, what are the different operations you can do?
You can fetch data.
I have a specific terminal acronym for that, right? We have an acronym. What is that acronym? All table operations have an acronym, right?
DML.
No.
No, not that.
Metadata.
No. What are the different operations that is possible on a table? Data operations. We covered that in our data class. What can you do on a table?
Create, edit, delete.
Create, edit.
Create
Add.
operations, right?
Yeah.
Create. There are 4 permissions, right? Create, read, edit, delete. Which is the basic permission? Read is the basic permission, right? Please remember this. All these permissions are related to the record owned by that person who is logging in. Where these are the 4 permissions that is possible to set for object level security. How can you set these 4 permissions? You can set it in profile or in a permission set. What is a permission set? We'll see this in detail. Every object has a cred permissions, 4 permissions. Every object will have 4 permissions. If you assign these 4 permissions, you can assign 1 permission. What is the basic permission you can assign?
Read.
Read.
If you give create permission, read permission is automatically given. If you give edit permission, read permission is automatically given. You cannot have a create or read edit permission without a read permission. Create, edit, and delete are called write permissions. That means you can modify the data, right? Read is just watching the data. You are not doing anything, manipulating the data, right? DML operations means CED. Either you are doing a create, edit, or delete. That is a DML operation, data manipulation operation, right? Read is a fetch operation or a select statement. So query, we call it query. That is, you are seeing the record, but you are not modifying the record. If you are modifying the record, it's called a write permission or DML operation, right? Clear? So read is basic permission. You can assign write permission. Write permissions can be 3 kinds: create, edit, delete. You can give create permissions and read permission, edit permission and read permission, create, read, edit permission. If you give delete permission, you have to automatically give read, edit, and delete. Clear? This is the combination of permissions you can give to a person. If you give read permission, that person cannot create a new record. That person cannot even modify his own record. All these permissions are related to the data owned by that person. That means in the table, he has to be the owner of that record. Every table has an owner field. You have seen, right? In account, we have a owner. This is the owner. If I am the owner of that record, then if I have edit permission, then I can edit it. If I have read permission, then I can see my records. If I have a delete permission, I can delete my records. If I have a create permission, I can create new records owned by me. Clear? Any questions, any confusion? How do I give these permissions? We can give this in a profile and alternative permission set. Salesforce will stop object level permissions in profiles in probably next year or next to next year. So profile giving object-able permissions in profiles is something which we have stopped doing in new projects. So you should always use a permission set. Please remember, permission set can be multiple to a user. Okay. Usually we will create one permission set for every object. That is how we will create and assign it to users. Okay. We'll see profiles and permission set in more details. Any question and confusion here so far?
No.
Okay. Now let us move to field level security. So now you can access the whole table. You can see or you can modify the records that is owned by you. But you can also have granular security. Granular security means column-wise security, field level security. So if you have a read permission, that does not mean you can see all the columns or all the fields of that table. Okay, you can block some fields even if you have a permission on that table. Okay, what kind of permission is it? Read and edit. That means, can I see that table, the value of that data, and can I modify that data? Okay. What does it mean? How do we set this? Again, I can set this in profile or permission set. Okay. I can access that. I can see that by default. I can see the record. If I do not have a edit permission, even if I can see the record, even if I have a edit permission in object level, I will not be able to edit that specific field value. It will become read only for me. Clear? Any question?
Yeah, last what you said, that I have the edit permission in the object level field, but still I am not able to edit that
Specific
record.
field.
So
Specific
edit that specific field. Actually,
field value. Specific field
value.
value. Please
No,
remember this is the value. Is all data. We are talking data here. We are not talking metadata. So if I have a table like this, it's an object, right? So
Yeah.
Let's create another table. This is my table. This is my object. I have column at field 1, field 2, field 3, field 4, field 5. I might not have permission on this field at all. So I cannot see this field at all.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
the field will not
As
be
a
visible.
user, as a logged in user, I can create or modify all values here, but I will not be able, even do not know a field like this exists. I am not able to query. It does not exist for me. Salesforce will not even give me in a query or a report or anything anywhere. Or I can download. I will not be able to download this value also. Clear?
Yeah.
If the if admin has not given me permission for this field, read permission for this field does not exist for me. Now it so happened that admin has given me read permission, but has not given me edit permission. So I might be able to edit rest of the fields, but this will remain read only for me. Clear?
Yeah.
So that is what we are talking here. Please remember, if you do not have an object level security or you do not have an object level permission, then it is bogus to talk about field level security. Please remember, that is why these circles are there. If in the chakra view you are dead in this level, there is no discussion of inside level, right?
I'll not be able to see the field and the record if I don't have the
So
query.
if the table does not exist for you, why will I discuss even the permission of the columns inside the table? Makes no sense, right? Okay. So object level security has to be first given to you, then only field level security discussion is happening. Field level security can give you lesser permission, not more permission. So I can block control in the field level security than what I have given in the outer layer. So in the outer layer, I can go and make blockers in the inside layer, but I cannot give more permission than the outer layer. Please remember this. I can only give lesser and lesser permission inside. Okay. Please remember this. Permission will go down. Permission will not go up as I go inside. Clear?
Mhm.
This all field level security is column level permission is given in profile and permission set. We'll see this. The last layer is what record level security. Record level security is the permission you have for the data or rows that is not owned by you, not owned by the logged in user. What can he or she do on a record that is not owned by that person? Okay, non-owner's permission. Okay, there are
So
four permissions.
required for management level to approve something like that due for that purpose. A manager, sales manager will approve something this purpose. This is for
Yeah.
this purpose.
Yes, the manager, it can be colleagues, anybody who is not an owner, who is not an owner for that record. What can that person do? That is set up in record level security. Please remember again, the same question lies. If I do not have access to that object, record level security makes no sense for me.
Yeah.
I cannot see the table. So whether the row wise, this is row wise permission. This is column wise permission. This is row wise permission. So if I don't see any records of that table, how does it matter whether I am owner or not owner? Simple. Clear? So I must have object level security first, then only I can discuss about record level security. Okay. Field level security and record level security are not related to each other. You can do these concentric circles. You can put this circle outside or field circle outside, or both can be at the same level, right? Basically, field level security has nothing to do with record level security. Simple. Okay. So this can be interchangeable. You can set record level security outside and field level security inside, or record level security inside, field level security inside. In many classes, I have shown record level security here as the third level and field level security inside, but I can choose it interchangeably. Basically, these are not dependent on each other.
So these are two separate circle under.
You can mark it like this. It is the best diagram is like this. Like this, okay. So this is field level security, and this is record level security. Okay. Like this. I think this is the better representation. What can I do in record level security? Record level security is basically, there are four permissions, usually private, public read only, public read write, and controlled by parent. Where can you set these permissions? You can set these
I'm
permissions.
sorry, what is the last one?
Controlled by parent.
Okay.
You can set this in org wide defaults for each object. Please remember this. So every object will have a org wide defaults. Okay. What is org? Oh, we also call this OWD. You have to set record level security in OWD, org wide defaults. Okay. This will govern what a non-owner can do on a record. What does it mean, private? Private means a non-owner cannot see that record. It does not exist for them. Yeah. If I have set up a record level security of an object to private, then only owners can see their records. Non-owners cannot see those records. Nobody can see each other's record. Clear? This is the most restrictive setting. What is public read only? Public read only means non-owner can see the records but cannot edit it.
View only.
Please remember again, non-owner can see only if you at least have this read permission. If you do not, that object does not exist for you, whether you are owner or non-owner does not matter. Clear? So object level security read permission must be there for you in order to make any sense out of record level security. Now in object level security is for owners. Please remember this. So if I have a edit permission, then I can edit my records. But if I have a PRO, public read only setting, in that case, I have edit permission for that object, but still I cannot edit the records of other people. Clear? I can see that, but cannot edit it. Clear? Any questions, any confusion?
It's a kind of a shared drive file we use for multiple user, and we provide access.
Yeah, read only permissions. Yeah, simple.
Yeah.
Read only permissions.
If we give a edit permission to the multiple user, they can change the data. But I think
Exactly.
in shared drive Excel file, PRO doesn't work. I don't know.
I have always used read only permissions and so on. Everything works for me.
Okay.
Public read write is edit permission.
Okay.
If the record level security is set to public read write, which is default, then there is no difference between owner and non-owner. Then owner field absolutely is useless. That means there is no record level security, which is the default. Then your permissions are governed from object level security. So if you have edit permission in object level security, you will be able to edit your records as well as other people's records. If you do not have edit permission in object level security, you will not be able to edit your own records as well as other people's records. Simple. Yeah. What is control by parent? Control by parent means it is applicable for only child objects, a few child objects, standard child objects like contact, where you will say the owner of that object does not matter. It is controlled by the setting which is done in the parent object. If the parent object is private, then child object is also private. If the parent object is public read only, child object is also public read only. If the parent record is public read write, child object is also public. This setting by default is enforced for master detailed childs, because master detailed child does not have an owner, right? The owner of the parent record is also the owner of the child records. So if the parent is private, child records you can't see. If the parent is PRO, then child records you can see but cannot edit. If the parent is PRW, then you can see the records, see the child records and edit the child records. Clear? Any confusion? You cannot change the record level security for master detailed childs. It is by default controlled by parent. But for some standard objects, you can set, it is set as controlled by parent, like contact, opportunities. These are all set as controlled by parent. That means account owner is also the owner of the opportunities. It is also the owner of the contacts. But you can make it private also. That means people who are able to see the same account, but they might have their own personal contacts in that account. That is also possible to do. Any confusion in till now? Let's see this.
Last point you told that the owner of the account. Last point, you just repeat this one.
It is very difficult to understand from here. Let us see this.
Oh.
So let us see if you are creating a user first, right? Every user you can create like this. So new user. First, how many users can you create? That is created in the company information. If you go to company information, Salesforce will give the licenses, user licenses, right? You can see Salesforce CRM licenses. You can create 2. By default, you are one of the users. You can create another user. That another user can be a simple user, or it can be a system administrator also. There is no difference. Okay. So when you are here in the users, when you are creating a user, you have to select a profile. Okay. Profile is selected based on which user license you're going for. For Salesforce, you can select the standard profiles as well as you can create a new custom profile. Standard profiles cannot be modified. Custom profiles can be modified. Custom profile is created by you. How do you create a custom profile? You see, by default, there are many profiles here. The custom profiles are ticked here. So what you can do, let us go to a standard profile. There is a standard user profile. Standard user profile. I will clone this, and my standard is my profile. I have now created a profile, new profile. Custom profile is ticked now. So this I can assign. I can also assign standard profile also to the new user. Yeah, I can say I can assign the standard user, or I can also assign what is my standard profile. Okay, my standard profile I can modify. Standard user profile you cannot modify. So it is always a good practice to create a custom profile when you are in projects. For system administrator, always keep it system administrator. There is no need to create a custom profile for system administrator. Makes no sense. Okay, system administrator is a standard profile, and system administrator can be modified. Even it is a standard profile. Okay, the rest of the profiles apart from system administrator cannot be modified. Okay, any question, any confusion? Okay, now let us go ahead and create a we have created a new profile, right? You see my standard is the new profile. This is my standard. It's a custom profile I have created. I can, while creating the user, I can do that, or I can see which users has been given this permission. How do I modify this profile? I can go to edit and modify. Let us see the profile in action. The first part is which tabs do I want to give them. So I will probably take everything, and I will keep only batch 46 as my app. Yeah. So which app you want them to access, that you can control here. Default app you cannot modify. You have, if you make this default, then you can modify sales. Clear? Batch 46 probably is the app which I want to give them. Every tab has 2 or 3 options. Default on means by default it will be there. If it is showing in that app, it will show up. Default off mean you can go to that tab even if it is not showing in your app. Tab hidden means it does not exist for you.
Okay.
Okay, clear? Default on means you will get this tab if the app has this tab. Default off means if the app does not have this tab, but still you can go and access this tab in all items. What is all items? It will show up here. It will show up here. These are different tabs, right? All items. But if the app by default does not have that tab, by default it will not show up. Clear? Any confusion? This is basically the access. The administrative accesses, I am not discussing this. This will have a different session for it. We'll jump into how we are managing the IP ranges and so on, right? Outer layer, which we are talking here. Login hours and so on. So every app here, but by default, you have a session settings. Session management, I think. Session settings. Here you can assign what is the timeout value, right? Then you can assign different kinds of things like multi-factor authentication is required or not, right? Then you can say IP range is not here. Login. These are login policies, access policies. You can set up this. Then what you can say in profile, you can override these settings using your different settings. So if you see, this is my custom app. What is that? My standard here. So here you will say this IP range, right? If you go down, you can set up IP ranges here. IP, different IPs you can set up. Based on that IP, only this profile users will be able to launch. Yeah, any question? Then there is a okay. So then basically you can also go and check like what login hours, like when can you log in. Okay, certain settings you see login hours is here. IP range, okay, and I think login hours was down there. Yeah, IP range, login hours, right? So you can set up from which hours every day you can log in, right? Those profiles will only adhere to this kind of values. So this is only set up in profiles, right? Please remember this. So this kind of all permissions are only in profiles. This is a big page, very difficult to navigate. So and record type permissions is also layout permission and record type permissions are also in profiles. Please remember this. Every object, how many layouts are there, or if the record types are there, it is all given into profiles. Okay. Now it is sometimes very difficult for to use this page. So we can go to user management settings, and you can go for this enhance profile user interface. If you enable this, then the profiles will look very neat and clean. How will that look like? It will look like this one. It will look like this. Now the profile will look like folded into different areas. So system permissions you can see here together. You can see session settings, everything, and the app-based permissions, object permissions, you can see in a separate area. Right? It's an easier way of doing it. Many people find that previous UI better. You can switch off this also if you think that is better for you. Okay, you can go ahead and switch it off. Any questions, any confusion? So let us see now the object level security. My standard. So this first level security we have gone through. So now people can log in. Now whether they can see that object, and if they can see object, can they create new records? Can they edit their own records? Can they delete their records? Let's see. Yeah. How do they do that? So object settings. If I go to different objects, you will see all the objects are there down below, and I can set up object level security on each object. So I can go to account. Account is the object. I want to set up what settings I will give on this profile. Okay. I can go there, edit it, and I can see give this CRUD permission, right? Read basic. If I give create, read automatically comes. If I give edit, read automatically comes. If I get delete, edit, delete, and read comes. And I can. Please remember, all these 4 permissions are related to the all records owned by me or owned by these profile users. 2 users with the same profile will not be like, it will be treated differently. Permissions, right? So if the permission is user specific, the profile, 2 users can have the same profile. That does not mean that if one user has edit permission,
okay,
the other user of that same profile, I will be able to edit his record. No. Okay. The profiles is basically a copy of permissions for that user. Okay. So 2 users who have the same profile cannot, but we will have same set of permission sets, but same set of permission sets for the data they own only. Clear? It is not a permission across different users. Okay. It is a one user permission, and it is only applicable to the records owned by that user itself. Please remember that. Okay. Okay. Now we'll go to field permission. This is the field level security we were talking about. So if I have read permission on this object, even I have a edit permission on this field, useless. Right? I must have to have edit permission in order to make sense that whether these edit permissions are useful for me or not, right? Or create permission. Edit permission has to be there, right? Then only delete permission does not need any field level security, right? So if I take this out, then I have a read only permission. Even if I have a edit permission, I cannot modify any field.
Edit access. Okay.
Okay, it is as good as this.
So I must have the edit access along with the top 4 permissions.
Yes. No,
So,
for edit access, I have to have edit access at the field level as well as on the object level. If edit access is missing here, this is useless. Or if edit access is available here, but it is not here, then also I don't have access. Clear?
and through create data, create access, I can only create. We cannot edit. Edit must be there for edit all the, I mean, existing and new
Yes.
data we are creating.
Create means that is you cannot modify existing data. For existing data, you have to have a edit permission.
Data.
After creation, that data is locked out.
Locked,
If you have something like this, then it is one-time creation. You can create that record and that's it. You cannot modify that data ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a very bad permission to have anyway. So yeah, so if I have all permissions, that means the records which is owned by me, what can I do on those records? Okay, not the records which is not owned by me. Okay, that is a different permission. I can go granularly on each field and I can set that this field I cannot edit. Only this field I cannot edit. Rest of the fields I will be able to edit. This will become read only for me. I can, if I take this out, this field does not exist for me. I don't even know there is a field like this because I cannot see this in my data loader, workbench, anywhere. In my UI, in page layout, anywhere. This field does not exist for me. So if the system administrator has taken this out for me, I will never know there is a field like this in Salesforce. Clear? Okay. So this is visible permission, read access, and this is write access. So even if I have edit access, in the individual field, you can make it non-accessible. That is why this is inner permission and this is outer layer. Clear? You can control more granular level going inside. So you can go inside and for each field you can block. You cannot add permission. If the permission is read here, even if you add an edit permission in that field, it is useless. Clear?
Yes.
Now let us see the last layer, which is record level security. Record level security is in sharing settings.
Okay.
Here we call organization wide defaults. Every object will have a setting. There are two types of setting. One is the internal access or external access. External access is for community users. We are not going through that. For Salesforce users, this is the access inside this, the first layer, okay? Internal access. So if you see, by default, most of the tables have public read write. That means there is no record level security. Owner and non-owner, there is no difference.
Okay.
But I can go and now put a difference between owner and non-owner record level security. How do I do that? I can set this to private. If I set this, so if I set this as private, only owner can see his record. Non-owner will not be able to see that record ever. Neither in workbench, neither in list view. No, that record does not exist for that person. Clear? Second level is public read only. Public read only means non-owner can see the record but cannot modify. And you see many of the private is controlled by parent. Controlled by parent is by default. In few, you will not get it in everywhere. Child, standard child objects, you will get it. Like contact is controlled by parent. By controlled by parent means the owner of the account is also the owner of the contacts. And the setting is controlled by parent. That means if it is public read only here, then contact is also public read only. It is controlled by parent. Okay. But if it is set to private, then since it is controlled by parent, the contact automatically becomes private for non-owners. But you can also set it private individually. So you can make this public. Account is public. Everybody can see all accounts, but contact, only the owner can see their contacts. It's possible. If I change this setting to this. Any confusion? Any opportunity most of the times is always private. Because
Yeah,
opportunity sales value. No individual salesman wants to show his sales targets or the condition to any other salesman, right? The opportunity will always be private. Most of the time you will see it is a private. By default private.
but they can business from same account.
Sorry?
They can do
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
same account.
Account usually should be public read only. Best practices is account should be public read only and opportunity should be private.
Private.
Why public read only? Because this will eliminate duplications of account. Account is master data, right? Contract master, company master data. I don't want two people to create the same accounts again and again. Because if I cannot see another person's account, then I will create that account again. That will lead to duplication. So I don't want that. So usually account, but sometimes I say that this account data, I don't want everybody to change. So only owner will be able to change. So what will happen? I will set it as public read only. That means all the account value can be seen by everybody. But I will not be able to change the data of the account. The values can be changed only by the account owner. Right? Public read only is that. Opportunity is completely private. That means only the account owner will see that opportunity. Nobody else will see that. Please remember, usually complete privacy never happens. We will always have managers see that data, right? How that is done? We will go through that in our next session. Okay, that is called sharing. Today we are talking security.
Okay.
Security means how to stop showing data to people, how to control the visibility of data. Who sees what? We are talking about that. So we are blocking. So you understand how to block first, and then you will show how to show it after it has been blocked. Clear? And of course, it will be a conditional show. If it is open, then there is no security, right? But if it is conditional show, then it is called sharing. Clear? Sharing is next class. Today's class is security. So now let us do a quick table, and after that we will end the class. So you will be helping me out, and we will understand that you have understood this security topic very well or not. Let's play a game. I have two kinds of security. Okay. I have an object. This can be any object. Let's take account as an object, as an example. Does not matter. Any object. Okay. We'll go with that object. So it is called object 1. And we will say I have taken a profile. Okay. So I will take a profile, custom profile, of course. I have two users. One is a owner and another is a non-owner. We'll compare the what they can do on both these things. Owner, non-owner. Okay. Both the owner and non-owner have the same profile. Okay. On that object. Okay. So we'll talk about two values. Profile setting and OWD setting. Okay. What is profile? Profile is, in profile, I have given read permission. In OWD, I have given private permission. Now tell me, as CRED, what can I do here? Can I create new records? Owner
No.
can create new records. Sorry, come again. Can owner create new records?
The profile has the R means read only permission.
No.
So we cannot.
We cannot.
Profile cannot create a BA. Well, can owner see his own record?
Yes.
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 Cool. Can owner edit his own record?
No.
No.
Can owner delete his own record?
No.
No.
So what the non-owner can do?
Non-owner can only
Only,
read the
only read.
only read.
Read whose record?
Owner's record.
Non-owner
It's a
says
non-owner. Non-owner means
On- non-
can a non-owner see that record or not? On the context of the record we are talking here. Non-owner means one record exists. Can a non-owner read it or not?
OWD permission is P for private.
Yes.
No, then cannot.
Non-owner cannot see anything, right? The
Yeah.
read permission also does not exist. Even if the profile has read permission, I am not able to see that data.
Because the OWD is private.
Yes. So it is blocked here.
Blocked.
Yeah. Okay. Let us increase our permission. Edit. What happens here? Owner.
Edit.
Edit.
Edit comes here. What if I on non-owner any changes?
No changes.
Now I
Fine.
give delete. Owner comes delete.
Delete.
If I give grade,
No,
owner gives grade.
delete.
Non-owner is no changes permission,
No.
right? Because it's
Right.
all private. Non-owner can't even see that record.
Record.
Right?
It's private. Yeah.
Let's restart again. I have given again create permission. This time I am changing this to public read only.
Okay.
What change is happening here?
Non-owner can only see.
Read.
Read.
Non-owner. What will happen to non-owner?
Only read.
Only read.
So now the permission is matching. Owner and non-owner can see both the same record, right?
Oh.
Now I increase the permission. E. What happens here?
Edit.
Hmm?
Owner can edit.
Edit. Owner can edit. Non-owner?
Only see. Only read.
No changes.
No changes.
No, non-owner can. Non-owner is public. Oh, public PRO. Okay.
Public
read
read
only.
only. Non-owner
Public
cannot
read only,
edit.
Yeah, non-read. PRO. Sorry, I missed it.
Now I add delete. What will happen?
No changes.
No.
No changes to non-owner, right? So you're understanding this?
Mhm.
So now let us do a public read write. Public read write. Let's start from R again. So R here.
Yeah.
Edit. What will happen?
Edit.
Edit here. What will
Edit
happen?
here.
Edit here. Edit here.
Edit here. Delete here. What will happen?
Delete here.
But delete not here. Because read and write only is only there. No
Cannot
delete
be deleted.
options is there.
No, delete will also be there. Conditional. Not all object will have delete permission. There are some object like case which does not allow non-owners to delete the records. Okay, but usually if you have the public read write, then you will be also be able to delete the record.
Okay.
Create also you can do also create permission. Clear?
Will the create be also conditional or
No.
create
Create you can do.
No, if a non-owner create, then the owner field will be that the non-owner.
Yes. No. By default, when you create, you can create with, by default, if you create without a ownership field, then you become the owner. But you can also create a record on behalf of some other owner. That is also possible.
Okay.
By default, the creator is the owner, but creator may change while creating a separate owner also. Not possible, but it's not that he has to be the owner.
So
Okay.
like Ananda is the owner and I am the non-owner, but I as a non-owner I am creating a record. So I can create the record on behalf of Ananda, right?
Yes. System administrator job is to do that.
Okay.
How will system administrator create records? They will not own records. No system administrator will ever own records, right? he will always create record owned by somebody else.
Okay.
Clear? Because he will be loading data into the system, but he will not be the owner. It will always be a sales guy, right, who is owning that data. Business users will be the owners of the data. System administrator will rarely be the owner of the data. Clear? So that is the whole game. So how do I remember this whole game? It's very easy to remember. The game is, you have to remember only this formula. Profile plus permission set 1, 2 permission set in whatever all the permission you have here, and if you compare that with OWD, either of these two, the lesser permission wins. Simple game. If you stop it here, then you have blocker. If you stop it here, then you have a blocker. Lesser permission always wins. That means lesser permission will be applicable. Blocker will be applicable. Okay? OWD and profile permission sets. This is easy to remember. In that case, you don't have to think through and so on. If it is blocked in OWD, then I cannot do something. If it is blocked in profile, then I cannot do something. Okay. Permission sets are additional permissions. Usually it is used. If profile is used, then permission sets are additional permissions. How do we use permission sets? There is another thing called, it looks like profiles only. Always go ahead and create some permission set. Huh? You can also clone existing permission sets. Usually we create a permission set from scratch. My permission set. And then you can associate that with a license also. Here also you can set object level security. So you can say account I have given edit. So here maybe I have given create permission. On profile I have edit permission. Then my total permission on this object is read, create, edit. Here, how do I see this? If I go there and see this, and in the profile I have, if I go to my standard user and I go to object setting, and in the accounts I have given maybe edit and delete permission. Create permission is given in the permission set. Okay. So I have on the profile I have given so a combination of permission set and profile will be applicable for that user. So if I am going to that user, give me 1 second. If I am going to that user, then now, so I can go to a user, whatever profile I have given here. After that, I can also go and give permission set. So this will become an automatic add-on on top of whatever I have been assigned. Okay, so it will add up. All the permission for that object will add up. Okay. Now, as I told, profile object level permissions will be stopped in profiles. In that case, how will I remember so many profiles for so many objects? That's why Salesforce has created something like permission set group. Here, individual permissions can be all tied up, and you can create a persona. So you can say like manager, right? We can create a permission set group, and we can add permission sets inside it. So I can say I have added 3 permission set inside this permission set group. And then in the user, when I am creating an user, I will go ahead and I will not assign permission set. I will rather assign permission set. So that is the new way of doing it, right? So,
Yeah, there is the same trailhead on this topic.
yes. Another thing is that another thing you can go in the object manager. Now also you are able to see this whole game. It is called object access. Okay. Here, individual permission set, what permissions has been given in each profile, what permissions has been given. You can see this here for that object. Okay. You can see permission set group. I have given everything. In permission set group, permission is a combination of all permission sets put together. So it is showing up what is the total permission of including all permission sets, right? And here, each individual permission set, what access is there, you can see it here. And in profile also, you can see what access has given individual profiles. Yeah, so it has become easier. You don't have to go to profiles to check what permissions has been given for that object. Object access is easier way of doing it. And you can modify from here also. Straight, okay. So you can modify in bulk for multiple profiles or multiple permission sets. Edit option is there. Okay. Any modification will happen on that permission set or profiles. Please remember this. Component change is basically permission set or profile. It is not changing the account object. Yeah. That is all we had today. Any question, confusion?
No, we have to study it thoroughly. Otherwise, we
So
cannot
for permission set and permission group set, there is a beautiful trailer. I have already completed that. You can go